as we've been hearing from our guests, is about communication. It's about messaging. It's about inciting the kind of behaviour that the government wants to see from people. How did you judge Macron's messaging there?
Well, it was very different from the famous speech when he said, "We are at war." You remember that?
He didn't try that tactic again.
He didn't try that. No, he said. I think he mentioned war a lot in that speech the first time round. So he stayed away from that kind of rhetoric.
It does grab people's attention, even if it's war.
Yeah, but it was also called bad literature by a contact of mine. So maybe it's good that he didn't go in for that. No, it was a lot more sober, much more concrete, much more specific about explaining why he couldn't go for the other scenarios that have been mentioned. For example, only isolating old people, or anything that might seem unethical or discriminatory, and also explaining why, for example, simply tweaking the contact tracing system was not going to work, why boosting intensive care unit capacity was not going to work, because that doesn't get sort of built up fast enough to make a difference within a few months. So I think he did a fairly good job of explaining. I think what he didn't do, and I think it would have been really important for him to say this tonight, is how do we get out of this vicious circle?
Absolutely.
So what is it about this lockdown that's going to lead to a different situation next March or April? Because clearly what everyone is going to be thinking now is, okay, there'll be a deconfinement, the virus will start circulating again, and we're going to be back in a few months. We're back to square one. And he didn't give people that long-term perspective. He simply, I thought he was going to explain that using the point about contact tracing and how he admitted that this was not working, which we all know. But then later on in the speech, he said, well, we're going to increase the number of testing platforms. That doesn't deal with the structural problems that lead to this system not working now. So I don't think he was very reassuring on how contact tracing was going to be so much better after this next lockdown ends.